Welcome to this episode of Game Time PA TV. I'm Jeff Kolb. We've got another great slate of games scheduled for this week. Let's see what our experts have found out about some of the best matchups around South Central PA.
Hi, I'm John Buffone in Lancaster, where this week's Spotlight game will actually take place outside of the county when Lancaster Catholic travels to Wilson. The Crusaders have turned their season around after rattling off 3 straight wins after an 0-3 start, but will have their mettle seriously tested this week when they travel to West Lawn. The Bulldogs have outscored their opponents 243-64 so far this season, with a balanced offensive attack that runs through senior quarterback Matt Timochenko. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock.
Hello, this is Mike Gilbert from the Lebanon region of Game Time PA. This week's featured game is Elko at Northern Lebanon, Friday night, 7 o'clock in Fredericksburg. Northern Lebanon is currently off to a 2-0 start in Section 3, which leaves them a half a game behind Donegal for first place. They are 2-4 overall, however. Elko is off to a 1-5 overall start, 1-2 in Section 3. Elko is led by the running of Cameron Strauss and the passing of Jeff Martin. Cameron Strauss has run for 555 yards so far this season and 14 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Jeff Martin has thrown for nearly 1,400 yards and 11 scores. Northern Lebanon, on the other hand, is led by a 3-headed rushing attack that includes quarterback Isaac Ray, as well as running backs Derek DeAngelis and Dominic Trader. All 3 of those guys have had 100-yard performances this season.
I'm Ed Gottwalls for Franklin Fulton. Our game of the week for Week 7 is Shippensburg at Greencastle Antrim at 7:30 on Friday. This has been one of the top rivalry games in our area for a number of years. Both programs have done very well. Shippensburg now has 4 in a row on the win column, which is pretty significant since they started out 0-2. Greencastle's coming off a disappointing loss to West Perry, which was 41-19. I don't think anybody saw that quite coming. So the Blue Devils have to do a little bounce back here against Ship this week. The Mid-Penn Colonial Division is becoming a little bit clearer now. Looks like Shippensburg and Gettysburg have sort of distanced themselves from the rest of the teams. So if they keep winning, the last game of the season is Shippensburg at Gettysburg will be the big game of the year.
Hey, this is Matt Gould over in Bermudian Springs, where the Eagles are getting set to play host to Fairfield on Friday night. Now, this is an interesting matchup because Fairfield is 4-2, and that's already a school record for victories for them. They'll be facing the undefeated Eagles, and Bermudian is in a race with Littlestown. They will meet in 2 weeks. Both of those teams are unbeaten, but this is the Adams County game of the week, you could say. There's another game in York County which we have our eyes on, and that is at Dover, where that also Eagles team will be playing host to West York. West York is just 1-5, but they got their Division II schedule off with a win last week against Susquehannock. Dover also at 4-2 is 1-0 in Division II, and with that half season of league games, it'll be a matchup of 1-0 teams on Friday night.
Thanks for watching this episode of Game Time PA TV. I'm Jeff Kolb. As always, follow us on Twitter at GameTimePA_SC and enjoy another great slate of games scheduled for this Friday.